Well, maybe it's the thrill of the hunt or the excitement of discovering new shapes and patterns. Or perhaps it's the great people I meet along the way. I've always had a passion for collecting all sorts of things. And I'm especially fond of my growing Ironstone collection. Recently we visited Ernie and Beverly Dieringer, who have an amazing collection of Ironstone that actually makes me a little bit jealous. And they have it in their home in Connecticut. They just may inspire you to start your own collection of this classic tableware. It's plain, but it's beautiful. Simple yet striking, white ironstone china was a common sight in American households in the mid to late 19th century. Manufactured in Staffordshire, England for export to the New World, this graceful earthenware with a clear, hard glaze was durable, affordable, and plentiful. For collectors, it is now a link to America's frontier past.
It withstood trips by covered wagon to the west, as well as long voyages from England to this country. It's an aesthetic that's simple and bold and strong that went with our early beginnings in this country.
Ernie Dieringer and his wife Beverly are co-founders of the White Ironstone China Association. Their home in Reading, Connecticut is filled with their extensive collection. They favor the earlier geometric patterns, such as this 1846 James Edwards coffee pot. The paneled sides are characteristic of the style, known as Classic Gothic.
They call it Gothic shape because of the elongated form. It has the elegance and grace of the early silver pieces that probably were responsible for its form.
Around the 1850s, styles became more decorative. This cheese keep has a typical agrarian pattern, meant to appeal to people from farming communities.
And they started doing a lot of embossed carving, where they put flowers and vines and leaves and stems and grains of wheat and butterflies and every possible thing you can think of. The finials themselves, the knobs on the pieces, got almost symphonic in their imagination.
Inexpensive sets of mass-produced white ironstone were known as farmers' or threshers' china, in a nod to their rural market. The Dieringers' china is for everyday use as well as for display. Their collection includes everything from punch bowls and shaving mugs to soup tureens and cake stands.
We have a beautiful plate rack that we keep all of our daily dishes in. We use those every day and for entertaining.
Many pieces in this collection come in graduated sizes. This stack of octagonal platters are in a pattern called Sydenham. The pictures alone fill the house to the rafters.
At one point, I just decided that either we had to build another room onto the house or we had to reduce the scale. And I couldn't bear giving up some of our favorite pieces, so we started collecting miniatures.
Miniatures were made with a practical purpose in mind.
They made tea sets and dinner sets for the children to learn the practice of serving tea and setting up of a dinner table. They made them in exactly the same quantity and format that the adult pieces were made.
Then there's the bathroom, a repository for extra lids, and a place where more than one marriage has been made.
Oh, yes. When we talk about marriages, what we mean is finding the right lid to the right bottom. Over the years, we've collected a lot of parts and pieces. But the beauty part is not only do people bring them to us, but sometimes they'll come in with a paper bag under their arm and go right to the bathroom, and we'll hear clink, clink, and they'll make a marriage that way.
Part of the fun of collecting is uncovering the history behind the pieces. This reticulated fruit basket with hand-cut openwork has a blue cartouche that shows that it was made for the Brattle House Hotel in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1850.
They must have had these bowls in the rooms with fruit in them for the guests as they came. We heard that the hotel closed the first season because they had a heat wave and all the food spoiled and there was major cases of food poisoning and the hotel went bankrupt, we heard. But I love the bowl for itself, but it's a little piece of American history that kind of makes us enjoy it even a little bit more.
White ironstone china has become very collectible as more people discover the beauty and practicality of this classic form of Americana. Value depends upon the condition and the scarcity of the piece. A tureen in good condition may cost several $100s. However, for collectors such as the Dieringers, white ironstone china is a priceless piece of their lives.
We use it. We have always used it. Our dogs have eaten out of it. Our cats have eaten out of it. Our children have eaten out of it. Even our birds have eaten out of it. Those are just essential culinary forms as far as I'm concerned. They can't be beaten, and they are very, very much American. They're very much part of our lifestyle.